the breed associations. However, if they don't have some kind of standard, then their breed is going to go.
Yeah.
I mean, if they just accept anything as a Kiger, then they're going to have everything.
Yeah.
Because out of the Kigers that are gathered off the range, there are only, I feel there's only certain ones of them should be registered. Those that meets, and they've got a set of standards, and they should meet those standards.
Yeah.
And I think one of those standards is no more than 4 inches of white or something like that. I'm leaving that up to them. I don't want to get involved in that game.
Yeah.
Okay, now there's a group. Those are Paisley, of course, that's down there in that Beatty's Butte country, but I don't know whether the Paisley horses and the Beatty's Butte horses, I don't think they're the same group of horses. However, there's a group of horses at Paisley, this the Lincoln district, that are definitely same type of horse. See, to me, we've got the Kigers, which is a group of these horses, but scattered around there's these other groups of these horses.
Yeah.
And I, you know, not I don't care to see necessarily see the world populated with them, but you know, I think we should, you know, do something to protect them. Are there still Kigers out of Paisley? I do not know.
Okay.
Last I knew, they've got some nice pictures up there in the BLM office. The same type of horse, same coloration, and probably all related to the Beatty's Butte group, or maybe the Miller and Lux horses, or maybe there were several ranches. But because all the ranches that came here, the big ranches came originally, they were come over. See, when had the gold rush, everybody come through this country and went over the mountains, and those horses that came with that wagons and stuff, they were shocked when they got there. They added nothing to the population.
Yeah.
But when the ranching industry came back over the mountains, they brought vaqueros and Spanish horses. Why is excessive white not acceptable with the Kigers?
But you kind of already addressed that.
Yeah, I've already addressed that. That's okay. You can't say that white does something terrible to a horse. Now then, if you read Lynn Green's book, which he did a whole bunch of color work on horses, and all, according to him anyhow, all horses have the same color of pigment. It's just the way it's arranged in the hair, or the absence of it. So to me, white is a mutation that we should keep out there. That's just personal preference. You can't say that a horse is not a Spanish horse because he's got white on him. Of course, there are some of the Kigers, and you need to check this with the blood work they've done, that they have more Sorora blood in them. So that is slightly different maybe than the others. Of course, this is a mix, and I don't know how you unmix something that is mixed. As much as these horses are mixed, you know, they're not pure.
Yeah.
You can't say this is a pure Sorora, but however, we've got horses in the Kiger herd. I'll show you a picture in here if you want to look. They pass for Sorora. It's just plumb easy.
Yeah.
Of course, the Sorora was a small horse, which even in Spain they bred them with other breeds to get away from them. But that was their native pony there. You'd like to look at the original horses.
Okay.
And we've got some nice stripes. So to me, and we're trying to keep that pretty pure.
Yeah.
So we've got a little group up there right now. But I know you've just got to, and I don't know how much interest there is in the Bureau to, it's up to the people that in each one of these areas to, you know, and there may be other types of horses they need to preserve too. Up on the Modoc Plateau we had a beautiful bunch of draft horses. Well, they got them mixed with the little horses, now they're mixed. I mean, you know, but draft blood is going out of that group of horses because, to me, they should have just preserved that area for draft type horses.
Okay.
Then, you know, Ron expanded the area up there, includes much more area than the original area.
Mm-hmm.
So we got tigers spread over.
Mm-hmm.
There's room for bigger population. Now then, in there are some other horses that should come out of there. So, to me, of course, Gary McFadden runs that up there now, and it's, you know, I've talked to him from time to time. Needs to get as much of that other blood out of there as he can get out of there, but then have the herd big enough that you're talking. This old boy here, you see the way his head is, his face is shaped, and the way this jaw on there, and here, now this is a barb.
Okay. And you're saying that?
I'm saying that head there looks similar to that head there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and to me, now you see he's got a lot of black on him. He don't have, but see when they get that black on there, you cross them with something else, and then the stripes come back out. So, while he's black here like the Mongolian wild horse, see, but he does not really stripe it. But he does have, looks like he's got the dual colored mane, and to see this double colored here, to me that's the way the Sorora horse is. And you see here again, here's a barb type head. See that horse? Here's another barb head. So, and when you try to change the face of those horses to be like well, like a good quarter horse, or show them that Arabian dip in there. I think you need to look at other things rather than flat-faced horses are okay for Kigers as far as I'm concerned.
What exactly was the original intent of the clay bank horses? Because you hear that they look like they rolled in clay, but a lot of those horses were advertised as clay bank even though they're graying out. They just only show young pictures of them.
Yeah, and gray is something, to me, does not belong in the Kiger breed. I mean, that's my personal preference. Now here's the Mongolian horse here, see, and he's kind of got a smutty deal on here. Of course, they're built just a little different than, well, the Tarpon horse, which is up in Europe further, and the Sorora. They're kind of the same, but yet they're different. But these horses, even before man messed with them, they, you know, there's all types of horses out there in the world. You know, I've got another picture of a Sorora. You see, here's kind of a barb head.
Yeah.
Right there. See, the Arabian blood. The barb really played more, had more to do with the Spanish horse than the Arabian did. There's a dual colored mane. There's Sorora coloration, the white colored mane and tail.
Where do you think the hooked ears come from?
The hooked ears?
Yeah.
I don't know, and you know, the Arabian horse kind of tips in a little bit, so it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna find that picture. But anyhow, well, now here we go. Oh, here we go. Now, see, here's the Sorora. And some of them, this one kind of tends towards Gruya. This one over here is more dunnish colored, what we call dun. You see, here's the dual colored mane, and I think that should be maintained where we can maintain that.
Okay.
Keep that there, and keep as many stripes as you need to keep those stripes in there as much as we can. Well, that's the Mongolian horse. But now you see he's black up here, but you cross this horse on a domestic horse and you come out with a horse with striped legs. And this horse has got one chromosome different than the rest of the horses. So it's slightly, you see these horses? You know, all horses originated on the North American continent, then they migrated. And they just, depending on where they was at and conditions they lived under and stuff, they developed into certain types of animals over a long time. Yeah. Follicle itself is kind of like that window, you know, and the light can go through that. Like you get light horse that's real light colored. There's a little fold out here right now. Anyhow, he's light colored, and his skin is, you get down through that light colored hair, and then if the skin lacks pigment, then that light comes right on down through that hair and right through the hide into the horse, which is that white. Gray. Now you see gray, of course those horses they lose the pigment as they get older. See, each hair, each follicle itself turns different. As the horse ages, he gets lighter. See, now here's what he called a native red, see. And so that's kind of like, that's coloration there is done. Part of it is there's no pigment on one side, but that comes clear out to the tip, which gives that kind of a blackish. See in the tips of that. That dark pigment's right square in the middle. Claybank.
There we go.
Okay, now there's a claybank. You see a claybank. See, he doesn't. He's got a lot of pigment down here, but he lacks this pigment that goes along the shaft. And he lacks dual colored. He lacks the dorsal stripe. There are horses that are kind of semi claybank. Before Ron ever picked them horses out.
Yeah.
But when Ron found them horses, and I was perfectly willing to put them out on the ground because I was supporting that, preserving that type of horse.
Yeah.
And then Chris Foster, he let us do it, you know. So,
oh, cool.
I mean, he could have said, "Oh, you fellas just put those horses up for adoption," and they'd have gone, and that'd been the end of it. See, now here's a zebra. This is an Iceland pony, which is an ancient breed of horses. See, he's got dual mane. That's an Iceland pony, so he's got this dorsal stripe on him. And even the Scottish Highland pony is born with a dorsal stripe, but he loses it, and he turns gray. They all turn gray. But gray is a dominant.
Yeah, it takes over.
Is a dominant color. You see, here's one of the things I got against horses. Got white around their eyes. See, even in this picture, see the flies?
Yeah.
You go look at a pen full of horses, and if you've got a horse in there that's got white around his eyes, if there's flies in the area, he'll be around his eyes.
Yeah.
So I never liked. I don't want horses with white around their eyes. I mean, well, they kind of sunburn and then they
Yeah.
drip a little water and then that attracts the flies. Yeah, that's kind of like a Shiraz. See, he's got, but see, he's got a kind of a plain head.
Mhm.
And Ron kind of want to improve their heads, you know.
Yeah.
But that's not. Just gonna have to accept that head for what it is. And here's a slate grue, you see. And here's an olive grue. So you got all these different colors and shades. I mean, you know, people can just. But to me, I hate to see the Kigers go light colored, too light. See, it says, well, white has no refraction of light qualities and does not afford the white skin under any protection. And the absorption of extreme heat reflects and irritates white hide thereby, whereas the dark hair of the dark hide refracts the sun's ray and detects those damaging effects that extent no harm is done to the more durable hide.